guys, Damien here. What we have for review today is the iNew V8. Just going to be a quick unboxing and a quick hands-on. This phone came from GearBest, GearBest.com with coupon code GIZBEAT, GIZBEAT V8. You can get 10% off the phone. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. Cortex A7, 1.5 GHz, 6 cores. This is the first MT6591 SoC I've reviewed. It's going to be interesting to see how it turns out Antutu-wise against the MT6592, particularly the GPU scores is what I'm interested in. The battery 2400 milliamp, and it says we have Android 4.4 KitKat. We're going to turn on the phone in a few minutes here and find out if that's true. One more thing of note, 720p screen. It's a 5.5 inch. Let's open the box here. We'll take a look at what's inside the box. You have IMEI stickers. In case you ever get your IMEI wiped, you have a couple extra there. So you have them for note. Let's take a look inside the box. Typical quick start guide. This is an extra screen guard from iNew. Pretty cool they included that. I've already checked the phone. It does already have a screen guard in it, so this is an extra. That's good because screen guards do tend to get mucked up after a few months. AC adapter, headphones, and there is also a USB cable that is right now plugged into my computer. Let's take a look at the phone itself. And the phone itself really presents a very nice style. It's got a bit of heft to it. It's not super light like a lot of Chinese phones are. I'll take a look at the back here. One thing I noticed is that it has this concave angling here at the top, and that actually tapers off by the middle, and it ends up semi-rounded here. But at the top, it's cool. It adds a bit of character to the phone. Also, one of the first things that you're going to notice or people are going to notice when they open this phone is it has a rotating camera and dual LEDs. The cool thing about that is normally a phone's rear camera is going to be higher quality than the front. Well, with this you can just rotate it around, and now your rear camera is your front camera, so you can catch high quality pics, selfies if you're into that sort of thing. You can also switch it and catch different angle shots. Pretty cool. And the other thing I wanted to mention, let's take a look here. Let's open it up. And this back is on really nice, and that's a good thing. The reason is this phone actually has a touchpad on the rear. You take a look at this. That's the rear touchpad, and it makes contact here. So this has to be connected against the phone to gain your. It also has NFC functionality, and to gain the touchpad functionality, these need to stay contacted against the phone. So it's important that the back presents a nice fit. Okay, take a look at the battery. On the box it says 2400. It says 2400 on the battery as well. We'll take a look under the battery. Under the battery you have one of the more interesting things about this phone. It's 1900 megahertz. That's great for Americans. Most of the 3G is currently being refarmed to 1900 from T-Mobile and from AT&T. It has 850 and 1900, so any 3G in America, if you're on the AT&T or AT&T MVNO, this phone will work anywhere that in America that has 3G with AT&T MVNOs. See the IMEIs there? We got two separate IMEIs. The cool thing about that is some countries, if you have two SIMs on the same carrier and they have the same IMEI, you might end up with problems. With this, it has two different IMEIs, so it'll register as two different IMEIs on the networks. Quad band GSM, that's pretty standard. Also, we have a QC checker sticker here. QC quality check by number 34. We know who we're going to blame if this phone has any issues. That's you, number 34. Alright, let's put the battery back in. I'm now going to turn on the phone. I will mention that I have played with this phone for a few hours. So far the OS does seem very solid. I haven't had any forced closes. Google Play is working fine, or the Play Store rather. I was actually had an N1. I was playing with an N1 the other day in the store, And quality wise, you cannot tell the difference between these two phones. Okay, there are some somewhat cosmetic differences, but as far as holding the two phones in your hand, if you were to cover up the label and one person didn't know exactly what the Oppo N1 looked like, they would not be able to tell the difference quality wise, which is the $600 phone and which is the $200 phone. Let's get this cleaned up a little bit there. Okay, I'm going to turn this on now. I'm going to take a quick look. This, and guys, remember, this is just a hands-on. It's just a quick unboxing. We're just overviewing the phone, the physical aspects of the phone. Actually, while this is turning on, you guys are going to hear the iNew jingle in the background there. Let's compare the Doogie DG550 with the iNew V8. Let's just take a look at the sides and the bottom. You'll notice at the bottom the iNew V8 has the USB and the headphone jack on the bottom. They're fairly similar thickness. And we'll take a look at the tops here. You see the Doogie DG550 has the USB and the headphones at the top. Take a look at the sides. They both have the power button on the same side. The difference here is that with the Doogie, the volume is on the other side. With the iNew V8, it has it both on the same side. Alright, so these both present really, I feel, in my opinion, these present really nice. Both these phones look great. You're not going to be embarrassed to pull either one of them out of your pocket, that's for sure. Let's take a look here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you guys the functionality of the rear touchpad here. And I believe, actually, I have it turned off right now. Let me see. There we go. Now it's on. And there are a couple things you can do with the touchpad. One thing is you can take a picture. That gives you a nice fat target. The target is right here, as opposed to the small little button on the screen. You can press and hold the back and let go. It'll take a picture. You do have to be in the photo app when you do that. So you can see right now, I can slide here. And I'm looking there, see it slides very easy, no problem. You do have to be, of course, on the touchpad, which is right around the middle of the phone. And you can also slide up and down. For instance, if you're viewing a web page, you can scroll up and down too, side to side and up and down. I also have it set to, you can set the double tap to open a specific app. And right now what I have it set to is open the phone dialer, and I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to double tap, and boom, it opens the phone dialer. You double tap again, and it goes back to where you were. It's very cool. I did notice one thing while playing with this. The phone app would sometimes inadvertently open. And so what you can do, you can actually turn this off really easy if it's interfering with your normal use of the phone. Just click touchpad, because say you're doing something, you're kind of holding your phone, moving around like this, the touchpad might sense those touches as a double tap and open the phone while you're actually doing something else on the phone. You can also turn off, let me just show you real quick. Go into system settings. Touchpad. And here's the different functionality you have. You can turn it on and off. You can slide up and down, left and right. You can turn that on or off. You can have it set so it'll work with the camera, on or off. You can have it set with the music, on or off. You can also set here, double tap to open a specific app, and you can set it to whatever you want. I set it to the dialer to the phone just to test it out. But you may want to set it to something different, an app you use often, a chat app or something like that. Okay guys, well, one more thing, let's see, before I sign off here. Remember, this is, like I said, we're going to have the review, the real review coming up in a couple days. I've only used this phone for a couple hours, so I don't want to give a full judgment on it yet. So far, it seems solid. I like how it feels, I like how it looks. It presents some nice, unique styling with the angles here on the back, the top camera. So let's take a look Yeah, right here, Android version 4.4.2. I have tested this by installing the KitKat camera and the KitKat Google camera. That's only can be used on Android 4.4. There is a port available for Jelly Bean. However, this is the original camera app. It's right here. And this is the new Google camera. You can actually take some lens blur photos and stuff like that. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm gonna sign out. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to, and probably a little bit more than I intended to. But you guys know that I end up babbling a bit when I get going. So, guys, stay tuned. Subscribe. Within the next couple days, I'm gonna have the full review and my final thoughts. Guys, check out gizbeat.com. I do have some unboxing notes there and some hands-on notes there. And within the next couple of days, we'll have the full review coming both on Gizbeat and on YouTube video. All right, guys, subscribe. Damien, over and out. This is an extra screen guard from Doogie.